Hey everybody, welcome to class today. Today is going to be a 45-minute all levels balance ball class. So this is a more Pilates based class. It's a lot slower than a lot of my other classes, but that doesn't mean that it's not challenging. So we really slow down the pace to connect to the movement and the muscles more, but it's definitely more of a all level sort of class. So I give starter options, intermediate options, and then kind of upper level options. If you enjoy these classes, please remember to like and subscribe and tell a friend. And if you've got comments or feedback, as always, please let me know in the comments section below. We are going to get started today lying on our backs with the ball underneath our feet. Starting lying down on your back, bring the ball underneath your feet. You're going to start with your heels on the ball, so the soles of your feet will be off the ball. Your knees are bent, your hands can be down by your sides, or you can float them up towards the sky. We're going to start with a bridge. Take a nice deep inhale through your nose. As you exhale, press your heels into the ball. Keep pulling the ball towards you as you peel your spine up into a bridge. So we're not coming super high. I don't want you to come up onto your neck. I want you to keep your shoulders down. Make sure the ball doesn't roll away from you. Keep pulling it in towards you. And then on your inhale, you're going to roll back down the spine all the way to the start. As you exhale, use your hands if you need to. Press your heels into the ball. Engage your hamstrings. Lift your hips up. And then as you inhale, you'll roll it down. So we're going to keep going like this. Try and relax your shoulders. So if that means that coming to a position maybe like cactus arms is helpful, then you can do that for sure. I'm going to take 7 more here, nice and slow. You've got 2 more. Last one. We're going to hold it at the top. This time as you inhale, without dropping your hips, you're going to straighten your legs, send the ball away from you. Don't drop into your knees, so control that extension. And then as you exhale, engage your hamstrings, pull the ball towards you. Inhale, press the ball away. Exhale, pull it back in. Keep your hips nice and high. We're going for 8 more. And set those hips down. How are those hamstrings feeling? All right, you're going to grab that ball. You're going to bring it up above you. So depending how big your ball is, you might have to have your feet a little bit further away from you. You're going to bring your legs up into tabletop. You're going to bring your ball in between your knees and in between your hands. And then it's like you're trying to smush the ball in between your hands and your knees. The lower back is flat-ish into the ground. Take a nice deep inhale. You're going to lengthen your left leg and your right arm away from you and push your left hand and your right knee towards each other. And then as you exhale, you'll come back to center. We'll switch it out. Your right leg and your left arm move away from you as you press the ball together with the other hand and knee. And then exhale, bring it back to center. So when you're moving the arm and the leg away from you, try and stay pretty balanced through the pelvis and keep pressing that opposite hand and knee that are on the ball towards each other. We're going to do 3 more on each side. Bring it back to center. You're going to bring that ball back underneath your feet. This time you're going to bring your heels together, send your toes wide, so making a little V with your feet. Bring that ball super close to you. You're going to take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to lift your hips up, keep that ball close. You're going to keep your hips lifted. On your next inhale, press the ball away from you, squeeze your inner thighs towards each other. And then as you exhale, keep that V, knees come wide as you pull the ball towards you. Inhale, send it long. Exhale, pull it back in. We're just going for 8 more. Really think about squeezing your inner thighs as if you've got a balloon in between your knees and you're trying to pop it. One more. You're going to come back to your start position. So draw the ball towards you. Keep your hips up. You'll squeeze your knees together. Bring them apart. Set the hips to the floor. Exhale, lift. Inhale, squeeze the knees together. Exhale, separate them. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift the hips. Inhale, squeeze the knees. Exhale, separate the knees. Inhale, lower. We've got 7 more. Make sure that that ball stays nice and close to your body. Try not to let it escape from you, aka make it harder for your hamstrings. We've got 5 more. Last one here. And then set it down. Let your legs straighten. Stretch out your hamstrings for a second. Then you're going to bend the knees. You're going to bring the ball in between your knees. So depending on the size of your ball, it might stay on the floor. It might be off the floor. You're going to bring your hands behind your head. We're going to do a crunch and a squeeze here. So take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, you're going to squeeze that ball with your knees as if you're trying to pop it. And then you're going to curl your upper body off the mat. So I'm not yanking my head forward. My elbows are wide. I'm thinking about curling my rib cage towards my pelvis as I drop my belly to the floor. And then inhale, roll it down. Exhale, squeeze the ball between your knees. Peel your spine up off the mat. Relax your head back into your hands. and then inhale, roll it down. So I say these things because it's going to make the exercise much more effective for you. You can yank yourself up and down. That was a terrible combination of words. You can just crunch it out all day with really shitty form and it's not going to do you anything. But if you slow it down and really engage to the muscles that you're trying to work, it's going to be much more effective. We're going to do 6 more here. The last one. And let it go. From here, you're going to bring your legs on top of the ball. You're going to squeeze your heels into the ball. Hands can come down by your side. We're going to start with a reverse curl. So take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to peel your lower back off the mat as if your knees are coming to your shoulders. And then inhale, peel it down. So again, I'm not just hurling myself up. I'm using my muscles to bring my knees closer to my shoulders. And if this is a really little movement for you, then that's fine. It doesn't matter. You just get better over time. If you want to make this harder, you take your arms out of the equation. You can cactus your arms. Really think about sinking your lower belly down on your exhale to draw those knees up towards your chest. You could stay right here. Otherwise, we're going to add the upper body. You can bring your hands behind your head. As you exhale, you'll curl everything in. And then inhale, roll it down. Exhale, curl everything in. Inhale, roll it down. We're going for 8 more. And then release it. We're coming back to those legs. So we're going to come back to that V position, but we're going to take it really wide. So your toes turn out, your heels are on the ball, your knees are wide, hands wherever is most comfortable for you. Take an inhale. As you exhale, lift your legs up. Inhale, press the ball away from you. Engage your glutes. And then exhale, draw the ball towards you. Keep your hips up. Inhale, press the ball away. Think about squeezing that ball in between your thighs. And then exhale, pull it back in. We've just got 8 more. One more. And then set those hips down. We've got one more thing before we come off our backs. You're going to send your legs long and grab that ball in between your ankles. We're going to start with our heads down. Take an inhale. As you exhale, squeeze the ball in between your ankles as you lift it up towards the sky. And then inhale, you'll tap it down. So it's like a straight leg, lift and lower. Exhale, lift the ball up. Inhale, tap it down. So you can stay right here. Otherwise, we're going to take this into a pass. So as you exhale, you'll curl your upper body up, grab the ball with your hands. Inhale, send the arms and legs away from each other. Exhale, come through center, switch it to the feet. Inhale, arms and legs away from each other. You can keep your upper body curled up this whole time, or you can keep your head down on the floor. If you wanted to add a little bit more, the next time that the ball is in your feet, you're going to do a drop and catch. So you'll lower it, drop the ball, catch it, place it back into your hands, lengthen, together, lower, drop, catch, switch, lengthen, switch, lower, drop, catch. We're going for 5 more. Last one. Drop, catch, bring it up to your hands, and then let it go. We're going to take a roll up from here, so lengthen your legs nice and long on the mat. Ball is in the hands, reach the ball overhead, take an inhale. As you exhale, ball starts to reach towards the sky, gentle tuck of the chin towards the chest, peel yourself off the mat, press your feet down into the mat, roll yourself all the way up. Inhale, come up nice and tall. And then exhale, set that ball off to the side. You're going to make your way into a kneeling position. So make your way towards the back of the mat, or just make sure that you have enough space in front of you. Fingertips are on the ball. We're going to hinge forwards at the knees. So the closer that the ball starts to you, the easier this will be. If you want to make it harder, start on your fingertips. As you inhale, you're going to press that ball away from you. Keep your body in one straight long line as you hinge yourself forward, and then as you exhale, just reverse it. Press your hands into the ball, engage your glutes and hamstrings and abs, and pull yourself back up. So it's like I'm anchored from my knees. The rest of my body just stays in one straight line and hinges forward, and then as I exhale, it's like a rope is pulling me back. Inhale, roll it forward, keep your feet down, and then exhale, pull it back up. We do 3 more like this, and then I'm going to add the option to twist. So you could stay like this. Otherwise, we're going to take a little twist to it. So bring your hands together like a little shark fin. You're going to roll towards the left corner of your mat and come to the outside edge of your right arm. And then exhale, roll yourself back in. You could do this with your hands apart as well if you wanted to. Now we're going to take it to the right corner of the mat. We'll be on the outside edge of the left hand. And then exhale, we'll come back in. So what you're not doing either way is you're not rolling up and down your spine. So it's not a stacking of the spine. It's a straight body movement where you're hinging from the hips. We're going to do 2 more wherever you are, or make yourself even from side to side. Beautiful. And then come back up to center. We're going to do a little bit of extension, and then we're going to come onto the ball. So bring yourself to kneeling. Make sure you've got something to pad your knees. If you need to put your feet up against the wall, go for it. Hands are going to come behind the head. As you inhale, let yourself curl over the ball. So really round yourself out. And then as you exhale, elbows stay wide. You're going to roll yourself up. Press your hips into the ball a little bit. Inhale, let yourself round over the ball. Exhale, bring yourself up. Inhale, curl it down. Exhale, bring it up. We're going for 5 more here. Keep those elbows nice and wide. Think about lengthening the back of your neck by pressing the back of your head gently into your hands. Draw your belly away from the ball. We've got 3 more. and then bring it down. From here, you're going to come all the way onto the ball. So your belly is on the ball, your fingertips and your toes are on the ball, on the floor. Draw your belly away from the floor. Far out. Draw your belly away from the ball so you're not just dumping your lower back down into the ball. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, you're going to reach your left hand and your right leg long. So what I want you to look for is there's no shift in the rest of the body. So try not to crunch your waist or roll to one side. And then inhale, set it down. As you exhale, you'll go the other way. This side's way harder for me. Lengthen your right arm and your left leg. And then inhale, set it down. So again, this is one of those exercises where it could seem really easy if you do it really fast and you just kind of flop and flail all over the place. But if you really slow it down and pay attention to what your body is doing, it is surprisingly difficult. Keep lengthening through your upper back. We're going to do 3 more on each side. And then slowly release it. From here, you're going to roll yourself off the ball and we're coming into a plank. You knew it was coming. Hands are going to come nice and wide on the ball. You can point your fingers forward or face them out, whatever feels better for your wrists. I like to face my fingers out, but you do whatever feels the best for you. Send your legs long back behind you. Lift up through your legs. Don't let your hips sink, but don't pike them up towards the ceiling. And then try and draw your shoulders over your wrists. So don't have the ball way far in front of you or way back towards your hips. We're going to hold here for 3 more breaths, finding your center point. You could stay right here if this is enough of a challenge for you. Otherwise, just like we did with that last exercise, try and keep the rest of your body still. As you exhale, you're going to float your right leg off. So pay attention to what your body does. Do you just drop down through that hip? Do you side crunch through your waist? Just bring attention to it and see if you can even it out. Inhale, tap that foot down to the floor. As you exhale, shift weight into the right foot. Float the left leg up. Same thing. Is there a difference side to side? What do you do on this side to the other side? And then bring it back down. We're going to do 8 more on each side, nice and slow. So you're going to be here for a while. One more each side. Set the foot down, roll yourself all the way up. From here, we're going to bring the ball behind us, and we're going to come into a deadlift. So you're going to have your, it doesn't really matter, I'm going to start with my right leg on the ball. We are going to take this to a lunge as well, but we're going to start with a deadlift. So put your hands on your hips. Your hips are pretty much squaring to the top of the mat. Gentle bend in through your left knee. As you inhale, keep that left leg straight. You're going to hinge back at your hips. Your chest is reaching long forward. That ball will come back behind you. So use your hands on your hips to feel what your leg is doing, or what your pelvis is doing, sorry. And then as you exhale, you'll pull that ball back in towards you. Inhale, you'll hinge forward, drive down through your left heel, but keep your toes down. And then as you exhale, pull it back forward. So that ball is giving us a little bit of feedback as to what our right leg is doing. So if you translated this into like a warrior three, often it's really hard for us to figure out what our body is doing. That ball is giving you a little bit of feedback. Is it rolling way off to one side of your mat? Is it really hard to control it? Just giving you that little bit of extra feedback so that you can feel within your body where you can adjust, correct, and maybe get some more bang for your buck. We're going to go for 4 more here. One more. We turn this into our Bulgarian split squat or our lunges. So send that ball a little bit further back behind you. The top of your foot is on the ball. This time you're going to start with that same movement. So start to hinge at your hips, then bend your left knee. Your hips keep going backwards towards the ball. And then as you exhale, drive through your front leg to draw yourself all the way to standing. Inhale, send those hips back towards the ball. Bend in through the left knee. As you exhale, keep pulling down through that left heel. Don't let that left hip swing forward as you come back to standing. So what your tendency will be to do is when you stand is you'll want to kick that left hip out to the side and just kind of swing yourself around. Keep drawing that left hip crease back to help to engage your glute more. We're going to go for 7 more here, nice and slow. One more. Beautiful. We are going to come to the other side, but first we're going to do a little side plank. So bring yourself down to kneeling. Your left forearm is going to be on the ball. You're going to lean yourself over into the ball. This might be where you stay, extending your right leg out and then just practicing shifting weight into that left forearm and keeping your body away from the ball. If you've done my classes before, then you know exactly where we're going with this. You're going to press into your right foot. You're going to lift your left knee off the ground and maybe step that left foot back into a side plank. You could stay right here. Your right hand could be on the ball for support. Otherwise, we're going to take a march. So as you exhale, draw your left knee towards your chest. Inhale, set it back. As you exhale, draw your right knee towards your chest. Inhale, set it back. Exhale, left. Inhale, set it back. Exhale, right. Inhale, set it back. We've got 6 more in total. One more. And then set that left knee down. Bring it all the way back to the top of your mat. We're going to hit the other side. So now my left foot is going to be on the ball. The ball is pretty close to me for my deadlift. Send your hips towards the front of the mat, hands on your hips to give you feedback. Gentle bend in through that right knee. Remember, it's a hinge at your hips, so send your hips back behind you as you come forward. Let that ball roll back behind you a bit. And then exhale, drive into your right heel. Pull yourself all the way up. This side is so much harder for me. As you inhale, hinge yourself back. And then as you exhale, draw it forward. You're going to go for 8 more on this side. Last one. Now we're going to take it into our lunges. So if you need to adjust, bring that ball a little bit more onto the top of your foot. As you inhale, start by sending the hips back. Bend the knees. Keep sending those hips back. And then as you exhale, drive through that right heel as you press to stand. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, bring it up. We've got 8 more. Last one here. From here, we're going to come down into our side plank on the other side. So now our right forearm is going to be on the ball. You lean in towards the ball, but don't let your body collapse into the ball. So you're actively pressing that arm into the ball to lift your body away. Left leg extends. Maybe you stay here. Otherwise, as you exhale, you'll press into your left foot. Step your right foot back to meet your left. Maybe you stay here. Otherwise, as you exhale, left foot to the chest. Inhale it down. Exhale, right foot to the chest. Inhale it down. You've got 8 more in total. One more. And then set it down. From here, we're going to come into a forearm plank, little variation. So forearms parallel on the mat. Your knees are going to be underneath your hips. Tuck your toes. Take an inhale. As you exhale, press the ball away from you. You're just going to hover your knees like you're in a bear pose. As you inhale, you're going to send the ball away from you with your arms. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, tap the knees. Exhale, lift the knees. Inhale, elbows move away from you. Exhale, elbows move towards you. Inhale, set the knees down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, away. Exhale to center. Inhale, set it down. We've got 7 more just like this. Inhale, up. Exhale, away. Inhale, towards you. Center. I messed up the breathing on that. Exhale, lift. Inhale, away. Exhale, together. Inhale, lower the knees. Got 6 more. Last one. We're going to come back to lying on our bellies on the ball. So scoot yourself all the way forward. You're going to turn your toes out and about mat's distance apart. Take an inhale here. You can be on your palms or up on your fingertips. As you exhale, you're going to lift your legs. So try not to just dump your belly down into the mat, down into the ball. You want to lift from your glutes. And then inhale, tap them down. Exhale, draw your belly away from the floor. Engage your glutes as you lift. Inhale, tap it down. Now you could stay right here. If you want to add a little bit of a balance challenge, we're going to do an alternate arm lift. So as you exhale, you'll lift the legs, lift the left arm, try and keep your balance, and then inhale, set it down. As you exhale, lift your legs, lift the right arm, inhale, set it down. We're going for 8 more in total. And then come back down. Nearly done. We're going to come into a push-up from here. So you could do this from your knees. I'm going to do it up on my toes. Again, find a position that is comfortable for you with your hands facing forwards or facing out. Wherever you are, I want your whole body to come with you. So don't lead with your hips and don't just dive your chest forward and leave your hips behind. As you inhale, your whole body comes down. See if you can get a chest tap to the ball. And then exhale, press it away. Inhale, lower it down. Exhale, press it away. We've got 8 more. If you want to make this harder, you'll lift one foot off as you lower and then set it down. And then as you go for the other one, you'll lift the other foot off and then come back down. We've got 6 more. Last one. From here, we're going to come up to kneeling on the ball. So make sure you've got enough room in front of you. You're going to start with your shins on the ball, hands on the ball. Roll yourself forward. You might stay here just playing with balance, hands and knees on the ball. Otherwise, start to roll that ball underneath you, walk your hands towards your shins, and then come up all the way to standing on your shins. Again, this might be exactly where you stay, just finding your balance here. If you want to add a little bit of extra challenge, your first step would just be to raise your arms overhead as you inhale, and then exhale, bring it down. Inhale, raise those hands, stand nice and tall. Exhale, bring it down. If you want to make this harder, you alternate your arms, one up, one down. If you want to make this harder again, we're going to add a twist. So you'll open your arms wide, look over to the right. Inhale, sweep those arms through center. As you exhale, open those arms wide, look over to the left. Inhale through center. If you're twisting with me, we're going to go 3 more to each side. Otherwise, you're going to take 6 more breaths with whatever you're doing. Inhale, bring it through center, and then as you exhale, gracefully or not gracefully, you'll roll yourself off the ball. We're going to come into a little hamstring stretch combo. So you come to sit on your ball towards the front of your ball. Bring your hands up in front of you like you're reading a really big book. So 90-90 bend. Stay straight in your spine. As you inhale, you're going to hinge back through your hips as far as you can. As you exhale, you're going to straighten your legs like you're taking off a top hat. Reach your arms overhead. As you inhale, you're going to dive yourself forward over your straight legs. Circle your arms around your back and then back to the starting position. So as you inhale, you hinge back at the hips, engage your abs. As you exhale, straighten your legs as you take off your top hat. Inhale, dive yourself forward over straight legs. Exhale, big circle of those arms all the way around. And then inhale back to the start position, take an exhale. Inhale, hinge yourself back. Exhale, straighten the legs, take off your top hat. Inhale, dive yourself over your legs. As you exhale, sweep the arms to the back of the room and then all the way up and around. Inhale, bend the knees, come back to starting, take an exhale. We'll do 2 more. Inhale, hinge. Exhale, top hat. Inhale, swan dive, really round like you're rounding over a beach ball. Exhale, sweep those arms up and around. And then inhale back to the start position, take an exhale. Last one, inhale, hinge. Exhale, top hat. Inhale, swan dive. Exhale, scoop round the arms. Inhale, roll yourself all the way back up. And then relax. We're going to finish off with a nice little mermaid, so bring yourself back down to the floor. I'm going to start with the ball to my right, but it doesn't matter. You're going to have the ball underneath your arm. You're going to stamp your left foot in front of your right. So you're in this little kind of curled up position. You're going to take an inhale here. As you exhale, engage your inner thighs. Press the mat away from you. Think about making a rainbow with your side body over the ball. And then inhale, return to the start position. As you exhale, press the floor away. Engage your inner thighs. Really arch the side body. And then inhale, come back to center. We're going to do 3 more. Come back to center. And you're just going to roll the ball over to the other side. You can just turn around. I'm going to move so that my back is not to you. So this time my right foot stamps in front of my left ankle. The ball is underneath my left arm. Take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, press the floor away from you. Squeeze your inner thighs as you side bend over the ball. And then inhale, come back to the start. Exhale, press the floor away, squeeze the inner thighs, big arch. Inhale, back to center. Just 3 more. Inhale it back to the start and then let it go. You're going to cross your legs in front of you. We're just going to come into a little forward fold. So pick one leg to go in front, and you can use that ball or not just to roll yourself forward. Really anchor your hips down to the mat and just let your head hang here. Take another couple of breaths. And then roll yourself in, and you're just going to switch the cross of your legs. So bring the other one in front. Anchor your hips down to the mat, and then use that ball to help you just round forward. And then roll yourself back up. Feel free to take any other stretches or movements that you feel like you need to. If you wanted to come into a Shavasana or any other resting position, now would be your time to take it. Otherwise, thank you so much for practicing with me today, and I hope to see you again on the next class. Namaste.